What's good, everybody? It's your boy, Server Error 405. This is Gorilla Booking Podcast. And of course, with me, like always, is the demanded one himself, Joe Wolfgang. What's good, buddy?
I'm a I'm a raid I'm a raid the ring like AJ Styles. So let's get this going.
There you go. He's got those frequent fire miles going on here. And of course, we're going to start off first off here with the man himself, the man who'll soon have his own mustache, just like his favorite person. We got Dirty Dre. Dirty Dre, Dirty Dre. What's good, buddy?
Where's my chicken nuggets, bro?
Oh, man. They're at, I don't know, Popeyes, I'm assuming. I don't know wherever they sell
Wingstop,
those at.
bro. Wingstop, baby.
I don't know. That's all. Popeye's the only thing I think about with chicken. That's it. That's the only other place. That's it. No other place exists. And
Churches?
next, that's another podcast that I could create here because I create a lot of podcasts, food podcast. Let's do a tier list. Who's the
Just
best
chicken.
Popeyes
Just chicken.
tier
Who's
list?
got the best fried chicken?
That's the best
Who
fried
has
chicken.
By
We
two white guys. Who's got
yeah.
the best fried chicken featuring two white guys?
It's gonna be called the White Guys Podcast. We're gonna talk about everything fried chicken. Anyways, before we get really canceled, let's DJ's like, why did I even come back to this fucking place? We got the man who is very, very knowledgeable when it comes to professional wrestling. We got the man himself, DJ. What's good, buddy?
What's good? Maybe the master DJ right now, but you can call me Dr. DJ and call me Dr. AJ because I'm not the ultimate hater like how AJ was at Triple Mania.
Oh, okay, and that's a good
Facts.
segue
He
into
did do my,
He stole
he
my
did my boy
segment.
dirty.
he
He did
stole
my
your
my
segue.
segue.
heel
There
turn.
was the heel turn.
Heel
He's
turn.
there's the heel turn of the week right there. So we start off with the Triple Mania thoughts, and I was very impressed by Triple Mania. I had a good time watching it. I've never, to be honest, I wasn't a big Triple A fan before this. I was a very casual Triple A fan. And I never heard of Mr. Iguana until Worlds Collide, and I'm a huge Mr. Iguana fan. So my new Mr. Iguana is Microman. I thought that his spot with Omos was fucking phenomenal. I thought it was great. It was the coolest thing. I couldn't wait till they did the side by side standing next to each other. So since DJ did the great segue, I got Dirty Dre in my mind here. It's doing flexing. Since you had the great segue, what are your thoughts on Triple Mania?
I thought it was great. I had my old little show going on that I have on YouTube, but I was also watching Triple Mania, and I was really blown away by the performance because you said it yourself. I wasn't like a guy who was always watching Triple A. I was mostly casual. Like when I watched Worlds Collide, I saw a guy like Mr. Iguana pop in with the iguana. I was just so confused, but just so entertained by what was going on, and it really got me into the whole deal with Triple A and Triple Mania specifically. So it was really cool to see all these stars that were in AAA perform and have these matches. Like seeing them go out there and really perform despite what happened in the main event and the whole crowd booing the shit out of Vikingo. It was still a really good show.
Yeah, Joe, what did you think?
So you have to look at it this way. So we will always discuss how WWE is going to be absolutely mugging us for money over the next 2 years with them switching up their whole platform of sales and stuff like that for their PLEs and stuff. But for them to be able to put that quality of a show on YouTube for free was every bit of a reason to watch it. There shouldn't have been any reason other than you living under a rock and you don't like wrestling to not watch Triple Mania, because they gave you high quality matches with very talented wrestlers that you don't get to see get spotlighted because they're from an international brand. You got to watch the baby face of AEW, Vikingo, get absolutely almost booed out of a building because they rather have a domestic violence like a domestic violence as a
Yeah,
I can't even say it straight.
they love Del Rio out there. A
Yeah,
legend, a
Alberto
legend,
Del Rio
a
as their
legend.
champion. Now, go get me wrong. No. It is actually a true fact that they are like in Mexico City. They are huge Del Rio fans. But
No,
then
that
again,
is, but I'm
that's
saying a
what
legend
Mexico
for what he
also,
did is
Mexico
a
City
legend.
has the highest domestic violence rate in all of the world.
Right.
So it kind of just plays into the scenario.
Right.
So,
Right.
but to watch to watch what you had you had some really high quality wrestling. You had some really great like gimmick wrestling, which is what I fall for every time. So the Micro Man Omos piece,
Yeah.
puppet demon versus puppet iguana, like stuff like that. That's what makes wrestling great, because outside of that was produced not in Mexico, Ice probably would have raided the building. Um, the thing is the thing is that you got to see, like I said, and I'll bookend it. You got to see really high quality wrestling, really good gimmick stuff go down, a good story connection for the main event, all for free on YouTube.
Yeah. Dirty Dre, what do you think?
I think AJ Styles can eat a dick because he ruined one of the greatest moments that could have fucking possibly happened. He screwed my man over, bro. I was at work. I came home. That was the only match I caught. It was the only match I caught, and he fucked my boy over. I don't fuck with AJ Styles. If I see him in the street, I'm smacking the shit out of him.
Okay, so AJ got problems. So
AJ gonna catch a fade from Dre.
They're gonna just
Don't let me catch AJ in Philly, cuz.
They're just gonna run the fade. The one thing I enjoyed, because you mentioned the the Finn Balor, having his own puppet. There's nobody in the world who would have thought that would have happened. You know what I mean? We have all these IWC fucking experts on Twitter and everything, knowing what's going to happen, this going to happen, whatever. I'm telling you, when fucking Finn had that shit up, I'm like, what the fuck does he got under there? If he has a puppet, what? And then he takes off. I'm like, holy shit. You got it. Fucking surreal.
That's the whole point. Like, that's the whole point of like what gimmick wrestling is about and how so it's great. Mm-hmm. Like, everybody's seen like, if you have never seen it, go find Pro Wrestling Guerrilla, go find Mystery Wrestling like that, and go watch Rick Knox get smacked with some foreign substance as a referee and absolutely super kicks everybody out of it because he's absolutely going. You know what I'm a sucker for in professional wrestling. It's always been like this, and this is from like the Great Muta days. Is the mist. I always like to fucking do this, and then they just hit with the mist out of nowhere. And it happened during AAA. I can't remember the wrestler's name, but he did it. And I love the mist, especially when you don't expect it. And I didn't even know who the guy was. So I didn't even know he's like a mist guy. Like Oscar used to do it for a good minute, which was cool. And I don't know. I was just like the silliest, dumbest thing. But like when Muta used to do it back in the day, he'd hit Sting with it. Sting was just like, it's burning and it's fucking.
Oh, dude, it was the best when Tajiri did it. When he used to do that shit to like Triple H and shit. That was like the best shit ever.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
That's like the best shit ever.
I'm a sucker for Mist, and it's like they just always do this too. Like, what does this do? Like, what is
this? Guiding it? It's like the guide.
This is the guide right here. Just the fucking just. I don't know. They just get hit with. If I was ever a wrestler, that's all I do. I just get in the ring and just mist them. If
I was ever a wrestler, I just get in the ring and do this.
They're just gonna fucking roll you up and just pin you, and then you still have that same stance. You won't even
like I said, gimmicky moments like that. Yeah, gimmicky moments like someone being misted and then like, stop it.
Like, Joe, when I come to your house, roll me up, and I'm just gonna go like this.
That's gonna be a great photo. That'll be his PFP for like 3 years.
You show up at my doorstep. You do that on my front door. Say, I am not hitting him with a roll up. I will do a shotgun drop kick out my fucking front door, and you're gonna go right out in the middle of the fucking street. So
that's how Joe greets people. Everybody, like if he gets a FedEx package,
dude, the way I greet people at Joe's house is totally different.
Oh, that's another podcast.
No, we ain't gonna talk about that. We ain't gonna talk about that.
But like I said, like when you have really great gimmicks, like gimmicky spots like that, like like Mr. Sacco, like stuff like that. Like you have Mr. Sacco versus the Cobra. You had Santino Marella.
Yeah,
and stuff like that. That stuff is great because that stuff is it just brings the lightheartedness into something that it's so serious in the middle. It's like I'm a I'm a sucker for this thing. I do it all the time, and people hate me for it. We could be having a serious argument or some serious conversation, and then I just crack a joke right in the middle of it,
He
like
did it
out of
yesterday.
nowhere.
He
Feel
did it
that.
yesterday.
Feel that.
Right. I just crack a joke right in the middle of it, and then like people hate it because you go one of two directions. One, it automatically invalidates everybody's fucking feelings in the room, so it's fucking horrible. But two, it gets your mind off of it. So like you're watching a really intense match, and all of a sudden here comes two puppets fighting, and you're just like, this is great.
It's pretty cool, actually. Now with the reaction that Vicano, whatever the fuck, with his reaction that after beating Dirty Dom and everybody else, yeah, exactly. It's pretty much a done deal that he's going to drop it to Dom in Vegas, right? At Worlds Collide. That's almost
absolutely, yeah.
Do you think that was always the plan, or do you think the reaction caused that?
I honestly think it was probably. I think it was a done deal that they were going to do the whole thing with Dom and AJ, with AJ costing him, so he can have a rematch. Because I do think at Clash in Paris, they're probably just going to have Dom and AJ go at it with AJ winning the title.
Yeah,
and they're just going to have Dom win the AAA Mega title at Worlds Collide, so they can make him a big deal for AAA, because it's very clear just from the audience alone that they love Dirty Dom, and they completely just despise Vikingo.
Yeah, that's fast.
I was going to say, like, just thinking like the marketing ideas you can do with Dom in AAA, not just like as an Intercontinental Champion. Just think of like him with the Wingstop deal, him doing all these things with Nuggies and all of this, the shoe deals and everything, bro. He literally would be perfect to run like AAA right now.
Yeah,
he's the perfect guy.
Perfect guy.
I actually have a problem with it.
Here we go.
Let's hear it.
Well, this is going to segue into two different things, and you'll understand the reason why. Here's the reason why I don't like it. One, we're already living this storyline. We're already living this storyline. We don't need to relive this storyline. We're already doing this storyline with Trick Williams. Trick Williams down in NXT is doing the same exact storyline in TNA. So why are we doing it up on the main roster with AAA and Dominic Mysterio? Now, don't get me wrong, it's being played out better. It's going to get played out better on the main roster with AAA, but because you're going to be able to bring a bigger talent into the spotlight versus their three biggest people, one of them being Joe Hendry, who is not anywhere near the title picture right now. So it makes no sense to have someone like Trick Williams and to have someone like Trick Williams doing the same storyline as Dominic Mysterio and vice versa.
Okay, but I mean, I understand what you're saying, but at the same time, it's like you can't just say, well, because Trick's doing it now, Dom can't. It's like people are going to win championships across, like in the indies, it happens all the time. I mean, look at Mercedes in AEW. Like, she goes to different indies, takes her title because she's Mercedes Hogan. She wins everything, whatever. So, I mean, Trick's doing it, and that's fine. But it's like with AAA, they're trying to build that place up. They're trying to make the titles look something, look good. So it's like you put it on Dom, who's going to be a great baby face when it officially happens. And that's probably happened when Liv comes back. But like, he's going to be a great AAA champion. He'll be a good ambassador out there. So, I mean, what else? You keep it on the title that everybody hates because they rather see a guy who beats his wife, allegedly, ex-wife, have the championship. Or
the only reason he's not there is because he's coming back. Like, the only reason he's not there is because she's coming back. Let's call that a wrap.
Ooh,
she's coming back.
Yeah, Paige will be back. She'll be back I think she'll come back in the Rumble. Yeah. I think she'll be back in the Rumble.
Maybe, yeah.
And don't get me wrong, I would give away Del Rio for Paige. Like, I think it's a better deal. I think it's a better trade. I think Howie Roseman probably had his way in it. Final Four podcast, watch that too. But
I mean, honestly, that would be a better trade-off because Paige is more marketable. She's more likable. Even when Alberto didn't have any issues going on when he was in WWE, not a lot of people really liked him.
It was hard to like him.
They liked his announcer more than they liked him because he had a fucking great entrance. Like, that was That was the only thing
His
good
announcer
about
was his announcer.
Like he had a lot.
Like
He pretty much had like everything. Like he was literally the complete package when it came to entrance.
Dude, he had
charisma,
when he came back, he had
ability.
fucking Dutch Mantel announce him, bro.
Yeah, like he had all of it. It's just the main.
No. He had. I thought he had Ricardo.
He had
No,
Ricardo.
I know, but when he
Ricardo
returned the one time, he had Dutch Mantel
You
announce him.
know, Ricardo's local to me and Dre, right? You know, he does a whole indie scene out in Lancaster, Pennsylvania.
Bring him on the podcast. Bring him on the podcast. He'll come on.
I'll see. You have to get Smith. I think Smith has talked to him before.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Okay. So we loved AAA for the most part, it sounds like. So it kind of segues into our next topic, the WWE storylines, you know, and this is mainly with SmackDown. Are the storylines falling a little flat? I feel like the stories aren't really hitting like they have been. I mean, what do you think, you know, is the best WWE storyline going on right now that's entertaining in either brand?
I mean, they just killed. Honestly, Big Jim just killed it.
Yeah,
Killed
really killed it with the whole thing. What went down with Naomi's character work was amazing. But if I want to talk about SmackDown specifically, one of the only few things I really enjoy is the tag division.
Yeah,
the tag division is amazing down there.
That's
really the main thing going. That's really killing for me. But I don't know, man. I don't give a fuck about the MFTs. Besides Solo's really the only one that really is enjoyable for me. Everyone else is kind of just eh.
Rewatching the Bloodline storyline.
Yeah, but like it kind of takes away from the last week with what happened when we talked about John Cena's heel turn. I don't really know what they're doing with him. It's like, everything else is just, I don't know, man. I'm just not really enjoying most of the things going on when it comes to SmackDown besides the tag division. That's just
me. I agree.
You know what I fucking hate, and I'm putting it out there, and this grinds my gears. Why the fuck did they change his name to Tala Tonga? That is fucking Hikuleo. Why in God's name did you have to change that? It was nothing wrong with it. There's nothing wrong.
Why they change it? Why they change Jeff Cobb's name? The JC material. That name sounds. That name. I know most people are going to be questioning. Probably have the queer eye to me. That name sounds gay to me. I don't know what it is for me. Just
dude, he sounds like a fucking Vice City
Mateo name. It's Mateo.
Like
trust me, it's Mateo.
It's the Mateo name. JC at least understandable because at least when you see us like all the singlets, he has the JC there. So at least that's understandable. But the Mateo name, what the fuck is that?
Dude, he's a character from Vice City at this point.
And also when you have a name like, you know, I don't even, what do they call him? Tia Tonga?
JC. His name is
not
Tala
JC.
Tonga. His name is Tala Tonga.
It sounds too close to Tama Tonga too.
Well, that's the reason because they're like related. Why.
But they can keep the Tonga. They could just call him Steve Tonga. Like,
man. When he was at SummerSlam climbing that cage, and they're like, "Oh my God, it's Tala Tonga." I'm like, "Who?"
Yeah,
and everybody knew it was coming too, sooner or later, considering they watched his horrible dark match because that shit got leaked.
I didn't watch it. I haven't.
Oh, go watch that dark match. Go watch the dark match.
I'll check it.
So bad.
That was bad.
You
just gotta watch the last 5 minutes of it.
Bro, it's very clear. Like he'd been gone for like a year and a half training, but it's very clear he's not gotten a single bit of in-ring experience or gotten even better at all since he's been gone for that long.
He's trash.
So I mean, this is kind of like
the only thing that actually benefits that Hikuleo joined the MFTs or whatever they're called, is that when Zilla shows up, he's joining Jacob.
Yeah.
And Jacob and Zilla together as a tag team will absolutely be probably Dudley levels of fun.
Yeah. I mean, I love Jacob. I've always been a fan of his.
Dude, I fucking love Zilla, bro. Zilla's a fucking
cool
beast.
too. Zilla's a monster too. Do you think they're going to be?
I want to cut you off, sir. Shout out to my boy Wild Cruz. He is he's the current announcer of Zilla Fatu.
Okay.
For House of Glory.
Go watch Zilla Fatu's Instagram page. You can see our boy YL actually announce him at, I think it was FanFest.
Yes.
And Zilla loved it so much, he invited him to House of Glory that night. And he actually got him to do an announcing gig for him. And he even posted YL's piece that is in one of our Discord servers on his Instagram page.
So who else YL announced for? YL announced for
That's dope. That's dope. Maybe we can ask him to come on. He can come on here and talk about it.
Will definitely love to join us.
Get him on.
That'd be awesome.
Maybe he could bring Zilla with him. We can see if that could work. Get them both. We'll have a 2-for-1.
Yeah.
So my thing is we're building up to Survivor Series War Games, and it's usually been like Bloodline for the most part. I feel like the last couple. What do you think this year is going to be? Do you think it's going to be more Bloodline?
It's the Seth Rollins.
Seth Rollins stuff.
Seth's faction.
So it's going to be Vision.
Yeah, the Vision.
And then what do you?
But who's the Vision? Who would? Okay, so if we're going to go
4, right? 4 or 5?
5.
5. So we got the Vision, which is just 3 guys. So who's the other 2?
I mean, Paul can work his magic and pull some shit together. You know Paul Heyman, man.
Yeah, Paul Heyman, just Paul Heyman. So
imagine Brock joining.
Imagine Brock joins and CM Punk's on Roman's team. Take my money.
Bro, I can't imagine him working in a War Games match though. At this point in his career,
dude. But what if he be the last one in? Honestly, what if he worked in with? Oh my god, dude,
it gives me a thought process. If you're gonna have Brock Lesnar part of it, shouldn't John Cena be probably part of the War Games match too?
He would be with Roman. He would be with Roman.
I mean, he would be on Team Roman.
So, yeah.
I mean, it's kind of the same thing though. Like, it's kind of late in his career to be in a very dangerous match. Like, anything could really happen. You know, but
you got fucking Hiroshi Tanahashi literally being a part of the Lights Out Steel Cage match this Sunday. If he can be a part of it, then John Cena could be a part of it too.
Yeah, true that.
Yeah.
I mean, if Jacob Fatu's old ass is jumping off cages and shit,
I'm really interested to see what that goes down as. A Lights Out Steel Cage match on AEW. It's going to be interesting. They always come up with a weird gimmick.
Hopefully the ratings will pick up for those guys because didn't Rampage or was it Collision? Collision did like less than
286,000.
286,000. Like it's
what GAW? Yeah, GAW.
Yeah,
but there was also broadcasting during like NFL's back and shit.
Bro, stop.
Don't do that, Joe. Don't do that.
I know Smith is in here.
I have to be the other half of Team Shield. So okay.
All right.
I know that.
Wait, so fuck that. We're doing a heel turn. DJ's Team WWE. Then fuck it. Me and DJ versus you and Smith.
The man glazes NXT like it's the second coming of Christ.
Exactly.
That's my shit. NXT is my shit. NXT is my shit and always will be my shit.
So let me ask you guys this, and here's another segue since we're talking about the good and the bad. Who's your MJ, Kobe, and LeBron of wrestling? And we'll start with Dirty Dre over here. Who's yours, Dre?
All right. Hear me out, though, right? Hear me out. Okay?
All right.
When we think of these legends and aspects of sports, right? They're goats in their own rights. I think that Michael Jordan being who he is and Kobe being who they are, they're kind of like replicas. So for me, my Michael Jordan, and then we had this conversation in our Discord server not too long ago. My Michael Jordan would be The Rock. My Kobe Bryant would be Triple H. And my LeBron James would be John Cena. I can't say Stone Cold because his height was only 7 years. When these dudes been wrestling for 20 plus. Hogan's more like a Kareem. Ric Flair's more like a Magic or a Bird. Like they paved the way, but these guys emulated the game, and that's where they rank for me, personally.
Okay. DJ.
Noah talked about it like we had that whole conversation a few years ago, and I've always had the whole thing with John Cena and LeBron. Like both of them are my childhood heroes. I can't try and say they're not comparable because they literally are in every single way when it comes to the career they had. I gotta agree with Michael Jordan with The Rock because it's like that's just too big specifically for how he was. For Kobe, I don't really know if I said Triple H. I don't remember what I said. I think I was like Stone Cold.
I think you said Stone Cold, yeah.
I think I did say Stone Cold because I will agree. Yes, he obviously didn't have as much of like the longevity, of course, because the whole thing happened to him. It's just the impact that Stone Cold carries specifically. It's the mirror that he had with Kobe that it's like even though it wasn't big enough, it still was strong enough to carry a legacy that still is talked about to this day.
I can dig that.
All right, Joe.
I'm gonna play this a little different. MJ is retired and alive. That is my Ric Flair. Kobe's retired and dead. That is my Hogan. LeBron is still in the. LeBron is one of the top, but it's still wrestling. That is my Jericho.
Okay.
So I actually picked the guy who's wrestled the most and done the most, which is Ric Flair, as my MJ. Then Kobe. Kobe was probably the second greatest behind Michael, if he stayed in the league and did everything he did, which is my Hogan. But with Kobe always needed his secondary guy like Shaq in order for him to be the greatest. And Hogan and Macho Man are those two.
Well, if that's the case, I mean, like Bill Russell would be Ric Flair, if anything.
Bill Russell.
Yeah, but that's only chips.
That's what Ric Flair got. He got chips.
Yeah, I mean, Ric Flair has chips. So we got 10 minutes left, just to let you guys know. Mine would be.
Oh, server, what's yours? Yeah,
I'm about to tell you. I'm about to tell you, motherfucker. Dirty Dogs. God damn, let me breathe. I gotta let motherfuckers know how much time we got. So mine would be, since I'm an old head, I'm going MJ is Ric Flair, because to me he's the greatest of all time. MJ is the greatest of all time. So I'm going Rick. LeBron, I'm going kind of with same theory Joe's going with, like active still, and barely active. My pick, Cena. He's about to retire. I feel like Cena is right there. You can't say he's not one of the GOATs, if not the GOAT. Championships back it up as well. Being able to sell out and just he's a draw. And then the Kobe, I'm going with Austin. I just feel like, Austin was that dude. Even when he was stunning Steve Austin, he was just a mid-carder, but he was like one of my personal favorites. And, and Kobe means a lot to me because I'm an LA guy. I'm from LA. And when he passed away, that really messed me up a little bit. Thankfully, Stone Cold's still alive. But, I feel like that's, you got to look at those are three of the greatest athletes to ever play in the NBA. And, not mentioning, Flair and Cena, and, Austin. I mean, that's, we talked about Mount Rushmore in our server the other day, which was a whole nother argument with Andre the Giant and everything. We had the whole Andre the Giant and the Giant and the Big Show conversation. And just out of curiosity, I'm going to go with DJ on this one. Because DJ, I don't know if you caught that the disagreement in my server.
I didn't.
Who is a better in-ring worker in their careers, Andre or Big Show?
I mean, if I want to talk about impact for what they carry before I get to in-ring, I was box office draw, like the whole thing with him and Hogan at WrestleMania 3. But in terms of the in-ring, I'd probably just go with Big Show because I just find him more interesting in the ring than Andre, personally, for me.
Do you think he was a better in-ring worker?
I think for being probably one of the guys who was good enough to work with, I'd probably say yes for Big Show.
Did you ever watch any of like Andre's like matches, like when he was in Japan and anything?
Yes,
like that?
I did. Yes, I did. And I will say I enjoyed it because obviously for a guy that's about as gigantic as he was still like a good worker. He still really was. It's just for me specifically, like if I'm going back and watching both those matches, because I remember like back in the day, I would go back and watch like SmackDown 2003 and see Big Show work with guys like Kurt Angle, John Cena, Brock Lesnar, Eddie Guerrero, and even with other type of people like Chris Benoit. And I would be like, I think when I see those guys compete with Big Show, and if I put them like with Andre, I think Big Show would have better matches with them.
Interesting. What do you think, Dre? Dirty Dre?
So I actually seen the argument, and me and Crispy had a whole debate, and we did our like Mount Rushmore big men.
Oh, okay.
And I don't think that Andre even touched my Mount Rushmore just because of like just because of like the athleticism of some of these big guys that have existed. Like Big Show, don't get me wrong. Like I still watch that. My favorite match from Big Show is him versus Kane on like Monday Night Raw. Dude, they're doing fucking missile drop kicks off the top ropes and shit like that. Shit don't even make no sense. But when you think of guys like Vader, Bam Bam Bigelow,
Yep.
Umaga, the
Yep.
bigger guys that can actually be agile and more, I think that they carry more of a presence than Andre. Andre was just a bigger thing than life because there was nobody his size at that time. That's the only reason why he gets credibility for me, because he was 7'4", 7'5",
Yeah.
and there's nobody even close to that size until the Giant Gonzalez. No
But
bullshit.
here's the thing
So,
though. When people talk about big men, and I want to get Joe's opinion on this, and I'll say this real quick because we've got 5.5 left. When people talk about big men, though, two things stand out. One, people will say, the people you mentioned, they're big guys, but height wise, that's a whole different category. You could have Vader, who's a decent sized guy, but he's not over 7 feet tall. He's like, what, 6'8", 6'9". He wasn't that
something like
big.
that.
Bam Bam Bigelow. There's a lot of guys that are like that size in wrestling. But, when you look back at Andre's career, there wasn't anyone, like you said, there wasn't anyone like him. And the move set wasn't anywhere near it was during the time when you mentioned, like, DJ mentioned SmackDown and, him wrestling, the Big Show wrestling back then. There wasn't any of that stuff, back then. So I always go back to Andre's career in Japan because you could see him actually having a move set compared to Big Show when he didn't really have a lot of moves at all. It's kind of like Kevin Nash, 5 moves of doom or whatever the fuck they called him. But the one person on Reddit that I stood out to me that made a comment, because I did a little digging, and the one thing that the guy said that made a lot of sense is a lot of people remember Andre towards the end, like WrestleMania 3 with Hogan, like those years. A lot of people look at that and they didn't really watch him. And I mean, I watched him growing up. So like I said, I'm an old guy. But they didn't really watch him how I watched him. When times were different, the draws were different. He was a draw everywhere he went. Like people wanted to see him everywhere. But there wasn't that same energy as time went on because he got older, his, being, as tall as he was caught up to him. So people remember that more than how he was his entire career. Because it's easy to say Big Ben Vader and all these other guys are great. Undertaker, you could throw them in there as great big men. But Andre the Giant was a total class of itself. So 3.5 left, Joe. Go ahead and set some final words on this.
Yeah, see, he said Mount Rushmore, and like you said, Andre the Giant didn't put it on there. He doesn't make it on there because, like what you said, like some people just never watched his early years. But like if I think like big men, I'm thinking like Natural Disaster.
Ooh,
You talking about both of them?
Typhoon and Earthquake.
Yeah.
I mean, they're both the same size as Big Van Vader
Well,
and everybody else.
If you think about big men, wouldn't Big John Studd hit your list?
Didn't stop. Big John Studd would hit my list.
That would
King
be
Kong Bundy.
But he's just another. Like I think with big men, there should be two different categories, like guys size wise with weight, and another one with height.
A big man,
like Kevin Nash and Big Show, and that's more of what I'm talking about.
It was completely tall. Well, guys like Mark Henry weren't as tall. But
they're different.
Classification of big men.
Like Mark Henry was great. You can't compare him to Andre the Giant because they're two different people. Like this. Visually, they're different people. You know what I mean? It's just not. You could say you just put Undertaker on it. Undertaker's as close as you could get because Undertaker was almost 7 foot tall. So you could make a case for Undertaker being better than Andre the Giant in a lot of different ways too.
You could say the same with Kane too.
Same with Kane, because Kane's up there. But if you say like, oh, okay, Bam Bam Bigelow, is Bam Bam Bigelow the same thing as Andre the Giant? Not even close. They're not even the same fucking.
Just
because he got weight on.
They were more gifted. I just think he was more athletically gifted. That's all.
Bastion Booger. Put him in there. Just put these big fat guys in there. These are all big men. Well, yeah, they're big men, but it's not like big men like Andre the Giant, and Kevin Nash, and these guys. That's my thing.
Bam Bigelow is 6'4".
Yeah.
That's how tall was The Rock? Rock was 6'5".
I'm
Is
6'5".
Rock?
All right, before the show ends, and I know you're about to do your outro and everything, right? So
Yeah.
when we do the whole 100 people versus one gorilla, are you putting Andre the Giant out there? Or you put Mark Henry out there? I'm 100% putting Mark Henry out there. I seen that man pull a semi truck, and I seen that man lift the car with his bare hands. You can't tell
No,
me otherwise.
no,
I'm telling you,
I'm not gonna lie. I'm not
I
gonna
mean,
lie.
I saw fucking Braun Strowman flip a tractor trailer.
Type
Dude,
shit.
I just know one
honestly,
thing.
for me, I'd probably put Braun Strowman as him being the gorilla because he would just completely just destroy all of them one by one.
Have
No,
you guys
actually the biggest
go ahead? There's 1 minute left. Have you guys seen
gorilla out of that was Braun Strowman's dad in softball, but that's besides the point.
All right, under a minute. Have you guys watched Weapons?
Dude,
No,
it's ass. It's ass. It's buns. I watched it. It's buns. Don't even watch it.
Oh my God, we're gonna have a separate conversation
Buns.
when this is
I
over.
haven't
Okay.
seen
Yes.
Weapons yet.
We're going to
Okay, I won't
VC to
spoil
have
it.
this one.
I have a joke,
Buns.
but I'm not going to spoil it. Anyways, thank you guys for being a part of this. DJ, thank you for being here again. Dre, Dirty Dre, thank you with the horrible weapons take to end it. Make sure you guys subscribe, like, share. Check out all the other podcasts that we have here on Look It's a Podcast YouTube channel as Dirty Dre signs off. Thank you guys for watching. Appreciate you. Enjoy the rest of your night.